I think Russian humour is a lot darker.
We don't have this culture of snowflakes.
When I first met you, actually, you made a few jokes. I was like, "It's still serious."
You couldn't really make such a joke in the West.
Obviously, being an Englishman in Moscow, you get a certain amount of female attention.
And I was like, does this guy hate women? You were also saying something about the humor that people don't get. And as I understand, British kind of humor, according to what you were saying, is that you're basically mean.
Pretty much, yeah.
How do people understand that is humor?
I think everybody makes those kind of jokes. It's the level of how well you know somebody and how much you like them.
Okay.
Of how mean you are to them.
Okay.
Basically, I don't think that is like a weird thing. I don't know.
But would you say it does not work in Russia?
I think, yeah. I think they don't understand that kind of humor. I think they think you're being serious all the time. Because, I mean, it's not like a nice thing to do, to be like really mean. If somebody is making jokes about me, like personal jokes or jokes that could be seen as like really, really offensive, I will laugh because I know that person means it in that way. They mean it as like, we're close so we can do this, or like, I like you so that's why I'm taking the mick out of you.
Do you have an example?
Of an actual joke?
Yeah.
For instance, the first thing that pops into my head is like, one of my mates, I was like, because I like making Russian things like sireniki and blini, so like little cheese cottage pancakes that are traditional, and then like pancakes that are like more traditional, like crepes and things like that. So I like doing those things. I was like kind of complaining, I think, that I wanted to do it, make it like at work or something, like for people, like at one of these, like, you know, you have like master classes on like kind of like special days and something. I said, oh, I don't know why I can't do a master class. And my mate turns around and says, oh, sure, nobody wants your sireniki. Like that. And just for some reason, like, it just made me laugh, because like saying shut up, nobody wants your sireniki. Yeah. It can be like a little bit, you know, interpreted as a bit mean. But I just laughed because I know this guy's he's close enough to me to like make fun. I see. But that's just like the first thing that pops to my head. There is 100 levels below that. Yeah. There is like 100 levels more mean than that.
No, like, I feel we do the same. Well, like, okay, personally, I do the same in my friend groups. I get roasted by my friends.
Yeah, roasting. Yeah.
Like, that's like crazy. You get roasted so hard, but then you meet people that are not as thick-skinned, and they get offended.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of people. I can't be friends with those kind of people. The worst kind of people, worse than those people, are the people who can give it, but they can't take it.
No, they don't give it. They are just...
Like, those people are bad, but the people who, like, worse than that is people who give it out, but then when you try and make fun of them, they can't take it. Yeah. Those are the worst kind of people.
But that's just self-esteem problem.
Yeah, probably. But the people who, like, just... people who aren't thick-skinned.
Yeah.
I can't be friends with those people, because naturally the way of showing that I am friends with that people is to make those kind of jokes. Like, for instance, if we go back to the classic example, if your brother has slept with your wife...
Yeah, sure.
If you're a friend
like so classic. I'm reading East of Eden. Yeah.
East of Eden. Yeah. If you are if that has happened to you, and if you are my friend, then at some point I'm going to make fun about it.
Yeah, it depends. If the pain has passed, you would make fun of it.
One of my friends has got like a 1-year-old daughter, right? Mm-hmm. And he was sick. He got ill and had to go to hospital when he on his daughter's first birthday. Yeah. So he told everybody I can't believe it, I missed my daughter's first birthday, and I just said, don't worry, I'll make up for it by going to her 18th.
That's okay.
You know what I mean? It's like those kind of things, like you can joke about it, like, and you know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
yeah, that's really. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
It's like,
it does not. It would not translate well in
Russian.
Yeah,
it really wouldn't.
Yeah,
like
it wouldn't.
You'd find yourself in trouble with that. You know what I mean?
Okay, but I've had experiences with like going to places and people getting offended. Yeah, really. Like not. What is the opposite of thick-skinned?
We say thin-skinned.
Thin-skinned.
Yeah, thin-skinned. Yeah, or sensitive.
Yeah, I was
touchy.
Yeah, I had to like apologize to some of my friends because they got offended.
Actually, when I first met you, actually, like you made a few jokes, and I was like, "Is this girl serious?" Like,
really?
Yeah.
What kind of jokes?
I don't know. I can't remember. Like, and then when you said I was because I'm a teacher and I have to tell people to put their shirts in and stuff like that, and like, do you enjoy doing that? And I can't remember what word you used. It's like being.
Yeah, an
yeah, something like that. Yeah, and I was like, God, is this
what a mean person.
Yeah, but then I just realized it's like.
Okay.
It's your humour. Like, I'm not surprised you had to apologise to a few people.
Yeah, I had to apologise.
For being an asshole. asshole.
Yeah, but that's fine. They can.
So what exactly? When did you have to?
I think when I had the summer program in the US, and we had a group of international people there, and there was a girl from Kyrgyzstan, and she got very offended at me because she thought I was so dismissive of her exclusively, or basically because of her nationality, and
because she was Kyrgyz.
Yeah, and that was because I spoke Russian to her. And in Russian, I'm less nice compared to what I'm in English. And when
Jesus Christ.
And when my best, yeah, imagine. And when my best friend came and I started speaking to my best friend in Russian, that girl was like, "Oh, that's the way you speak." Like I didn't realize.
Yeah, because like I thought you were being like just difficult. At the beginning, I thought you were being difficult, and then I just realized like, no, it's like.
No, but I could. I don't know. I'm actually questioning myself if I'm mean or if like people are just thin-skinned. I don't know.
Yeah. No, you weren't mean. You weren't mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah, but my logic was like I have a lot of friends, so they like me, so that's fine for them. We can
but
survive.
I tend to like I can lose friends. Certainly like Russian, not necessarily Russian guys, because I think they kind of do the same a little bit. I think it's more of a guy thing to like make fun of each other. But I called a girl like joking, like I said, she's basic.
Okay. What's funny about it?
No, like I was like kind of just joking, and I said, "Oh, I'm so basic." Like I don't know, like she wears like Samba, Adidas Samba shoes, like.
Yeah, that's what every girl wants to hear, that she's basic.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was joking about it, and like she's like, "Why?" I was like, "Oh yeah, this and that." But I was trying to do it in like a, she was a friend, like.
And she stopped being friends with you.
No, she waited like 4 or 5 weeks to find something that I did that was basic, and then say, "Oh, this is basic."
Yeah, but.
And then she argued really like passionately about it, and I was like, "Oh, let's leave it." And now we're not friends.
So, because of it? Because you got offended?
No,
because she got offended.
Yeah, because she got offended.
Okay. Yeah, but I think your humor sometimes really does not translate well, because when we first like messaged, you teased me about using English words in Russian, and I was like, "That's my language.
Yeah.
I'm a native speaker."
Yeah, no. What it is I love the Russian language.
Yeah.
And I like it in its purest form. So like when like there's lots and lots of loan words, I don't like lots and lots of loan words, or like. Switching, but I do the same. Like
that's the point.
Yeah, I do the same. But I think it's because I've been here for. I think if you know the language as well, but it's like if I don't know, like Olga from Siberia is like she doesn't know a word of English, but she still says, I don't know, let me check it. Check it.
I kind of feel where you're coming from, but
check it. Nonsense as well has been adapted by Russians.
Yeah, but that's already like pretty Russian.
Yeah, but nonsense, it doesn't mean like nonsense, like.
Yeah, it doesn't mean nonsense.
Bullshit. So if it's like complete, like bull.
Yeah.
It's
B.
Yeah, it's not nonsense. That's not what nonsense means. That's what it means for us.
Yeah, because it had been adapted long before.
Had it? I only found it out yesterday. Actually.
No. It's like a long word with like that has its own meaning in Russian.
Yeah.
Nonsense is like some sensation,
something
new,
yes,
but like in a bad way, but like not in a bad way. It's like you have to feel it. Like it's difficult. But at the same time, I understand where you're coming from, because I was the same. But it gets difficult because you don't have the same expressions in Russian and English, and you already are used to like expressing yourself in that way.
Yeah.
And my friends give me like such a hard time about this.
But usually it's like which word that comes to your head first, like that's the one you say. So yeah, there's lots of like when I'm talking to my family and stuff, like there's lots of like Russian words that I genuinely want to drop into the conversation. Yeah. And I can't, so I have to like talk like an idiot with like 10-second pauses. Yeah. Whilst I think of the English word. So yeah, but that's cool. I like it. I mean, like, what the thing was, just to explain. Sorry, like the thing that like I'm against is like English words being used instead of perfectly good Russian words in everyday Russian. Yeah. Like Russians using it between themselves. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not only Russians. All Europeans do them. Use English words. Yeah. Really? Mm. Because of the English speaking content and the whole internet speaking English. Yeah.
I don't think Chinese do, but yeah.
Probably not.
Germans definitely do, I heard. I was discussing it with my German friend. Yes, Russians also do. But I have, like, sometimes when I start working harder on my French, I would have time where I binge French TV series. And then it's just stupid because I want to say French stuff. And no one's going to understand me. And it's just... And some of them don't have any analogy in English or in Russian. And I'm just standing there and I'm like, okay, let me find 10 words that are going to explain this one phrase.
I can't imagine having another, like a third language in my head.
It's not that, it's like, it's actually very, like, your brain
natural.
Your brain just perceives it as like another foreign language next to your second. So. Fine.
Because I have like Russian and English like in my head constantly. Obviously English.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't imagine like having like French in there. Even though I studied French. I got an A in French.
Yeah, comment ça va?
Ça va?
Ça va.
Ça va bien?
Parfait. Yeah, that sounds like it. Yeah, but like saying to a girl that she's basic, like what are you trying to achieve?
I was trying to make a joke. I was just trying to be like,
what's
like,
funny about
like,
being basic? What is funny about that?
Not her being basic, but like she was, you know, like another thing that I despise is people buying a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Like in a стакан с собой, блин.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, a takeaway cup. Sorry, bloody hell. You see, it's the first thing that comes into your head. You say. Yeah. So like they have like a cardboard cup, takeaway cup of coffee, and then they'll like pose with it, like, you know, as if they're like, as if there's some sort of, I don't know, statue, like, you know, like forward to freedom and stuff like that. Like, it's just, I can't stand it. Like, why are you clutching a cup of coffee? It's like,
yeah, but like let people live their life.
No, it's like, it's just everybody does it. It's like, why? It's like, why would you want to show that you got like a cup of coffee in your hand? Like, what significance is it? Like, and then I'm next to this like pine tree or something, for God's sake.
Maybe it's like a single nice thing about your day. Like,
well,
what is wrong with it? Like, what is bad about this, generally?
No, it's just, everybody does it, and that's why it's basic. Like, it's just basic, you just see it everywhere. And I was trying to joke, I was trying to say to these girls, like,
yeah, you are so basic, you're so like as everyone else,
so
you have no identity. Yeah, that's what every girl wants to hear.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
that does not translate well.
Yeah, well, if you're watching Anna Rudenka, then sorry.
Yeah, actually, you know, sometimes, you know, you see comments of people when you scroll reels, and you see comments of people that you follow. And I've seen a couple of your comments, and they were really bad, so freaking mean. And I was like, does this guy hate women? I was like, because that's literally, I was like, should I say something? And I was like, that's all my business.
Say something. If you want to say something,
I was like, that is so freaking mean.
What did I say?
I remember.
It's usually to
girls.
It's usually if it's a woman being like unnecessarily mean to a guy.
But that
usually.
Like, so for example, the thing that I remember, it was a girl. She was like an English teacher, and she said, like, I'm an English teacher, blah blah blah. And like I posted that I'm like looking for students, and then now I get a lot of messages, and she took it like something like, oh, I can't believe so many people DM me, like, I'm so popular. Yeah,
you're giving the lighter version of what she actually said, I think.
What did she said? Like, she made a joke that people that signed up for her English classes just DM her because she's pretty.
Yeah. And I took exception to that.
And like, what's bad about this? Like, it's a joke.
No, it's the way she said it, because there's a lot of
like it was clearly a joke.
But what did I remember precisely what I said, and I had it wasn't clearly a joke at all. I don't think.
It was.
It wasn't.
What do you mean? It's impossible to think that all people that message you just hit on you.
No, you can think it, but I don't see what the point is to out your clients or your students as perverts, for one, and two, if you like, I put it as a little bit of a joke myself, because I think there was a couple of smileys at the end. It was just purely a response to it, because obviously being an Englishman in Moscow, you get a certain amount of female attention.
Congratulations, yeah.
Exactly. If you say that about yourself, it attracts that kind of response, like a sarcastic response. Someone's ready to put you in your place, which is exactly the reaction that it got from me. But I would never in my life want to say like, because people genuinely just message me just because they want to go out, they invite me to brunch, or they invite me for a cup of tea. They don't want to practice their English, I know that. But I would never go online to take the piss out of them. Yeah, and to say, you're all perverts, all you want to do is have
That's
with
not
me.
What she did.
That
she
is
said
what she did.
She made fun of herself.
No, she made fun of everybody else.
She made fun of her taking it as like people hitting on her.
No.
She explicitly made fun of it.
No,
she was like,
disagree.
yeah, they just hit on me.
I disagree, because she regularly posts. The other thing is, what I don't like is, I see guys who do content, and usually the guys who do like English content, they don't do as well as some, I don't know, girls who teach English, who are good looking. And there's been there's a close friend who did it actually, who realized that the best way to get a lot of followers is to show a bit of skin and to make things dirty online. And I just think it's a cop-out. I just think it's like, if you're good at teaching English, and there's some brilliant accounts that I follow online that teach English and that do it really well, and that don't have to just like this girl post half-naked videos and talk about sex all the time. Oh. I just think it's cheap.
Yeah, but like,
I just think it's cheap.
I understand this.
Like what I would say, to market yourself as that and then to make fun of people for taking it that way. I just thought.
Yeah, I didn't go to check her videos, but still, it's like kind of her business.
Well, the thing is, once you put it out there, you're putting it out there, and people can say what they want about it. Like, that's the reason why it's out there. Do you know what I mean? Like, number one, people comment on it. I'm pretty sure she wants comments on it, right? So it's there to be assessed. It's there to be commented on and whatnot. So I just have that kind of opinion on it.
No, I mean, you're entitled to have your opinion. It's just I don't think it translates well in Russian.
Well, me having that opinion?
No. The joke. It just.
Well, I would argue that like her joke or her way of viewing herself and her clients. The thing that I took exception to is like, these guys, okay, maybe they might be lonely or something, but they might just genuinely want to learn English. It's like, why do you have to like make fun of them?
Yeah, but because it was a joke. She was making fun of herself, taking it as a compliment.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so. I really don't. But anyway, yeah.
I think we can wrap it up.
But there's quite a few. Yeah, I do that quite a few. There's quite a few times where I've done that. But I think I'm.
Yeah, because I was like, before you said something about the humor, I was like, oh, maybe it's humor.
No, it is, because I genuinely put like a couple of smileys there, and it was just I was laughing as I.
Yeah, you need a course on how to not be mean in Russian. Because that was like...
maybe, but I put the two smileys at the end, but I don't regret it.
Okay.
Don't regret it.
No, I mean, you can do whatever you want. That's fine. That's really fine.
Yeah.
So was there anything else? Yeah. Is there anything about Russian humor that is different from British? In like 5-word answer.
A 5-word answer?
Yeah.
Dark humor, sarcasm, and irony. Those 5 words.
Are different? Or like they exist in Russia?
That sums up Russian humor. I think Russian humor is a lot darker than ours. I would say so.
No, I feel like Russians can be racist and stuff just because we have different like.
But I don't think racism is really that much of a big deal in Russia. Like people, I would say that there's more racism in the West. Like, and this is purely me just thinking. Like, I just think they're direct about like differences in people, but they realize their own differences and downsides, if that makes sense.
No, what I wanted to say is that we don't have this culture of snowflakes too.
Yeah.
So that's why there's a lot more allowed in humor, I think. And you couldn't really make such a joke in the West because like it wouldn't translate well. Because the mindset is different, and we don't have this like racist history, right?
Yeah. So there's no snowflakes in Russia, right?
Yeah, I'm
really?
sorry.
So then I can put whatever I want.
I'm like the snowflakiest, yeah. The snowflakiest snowflake, like in all my social circles.
So if there's no snowflakes, then I can put what I want on Instagram.
No, that's
I can
not
comment
true.
what I want.
You should not be a jerk.
Listen, usually things attract the things that are the same thing, right? So I think if someone's being a jerk on Instagram, you can be a jerk back.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so that was an episode. I didn't do the introduction. Yeah.
You said we had a cold intro.
No, but there had to be an introduction.
Oh God.
Yeah, so that was Peach and Coconut. Follow for
Peach
more.
and Coconut?
Yeah, it's a Peach and Coconut.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a podcast.
I wouldn't have agreed if I'd known it was called.
What do you mean?
See, this British humour. There you go. Being mean to someone.
Yeah, this is Peach and Coconut podcast. I cannot pronounce the coconut.
Coconut.
How do you say it?
Coconut, yeah. Absolutely, yeah.
No, Americans say like coconut. I guess so. So, comment if you think that he is not right. Follow for more content. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.